Hello, my name is Robin Tiger. I'm here to demonstrate how to make medallions for either a pop socket, earrings, necklaces, you name it. Socket kit, you should have this, your pop sockets in it, a needle, the interfacing that you're going to be using, the gemstone, and 3 different beads I sent everybody. And then the ones that are doing the earrings, I get sent a kit that has a needle, the gems, the interfacing, and a piece of leather, and the little hooks for your earrings when you get done. So that should all be in your kits. Okay, so this is just some info on the materials that you can use. Like I said, the things that we're gonna be using is the interfacing. You can get it different thicknesses, different stores. The gemstones, you can use the just cheapy ones or whatever. You can get Swarovski crystal ones. They're more expensive, but just prettier, sparklier, and just different price ranges. So that's just all up to you. And then we also have different size beads with the pop sockets that were in the earrings we're doing today. I use size 10 beads. They're bigger, so you know, for beginners it's easier to see. And they always have smaller beads. You can go down to a size 13, which is really tiny, but we're going to be using the 10 today. And so we have the crystals, we have your beading needles. They need to go along with your bead size. This packet has needles from 10 to 13, and a variety packet is good. Okay, for step 1, for our medallions, we're going to take our pop socket on your interfacing. You're going to trace it. It's going to come out looking like this before your stone. You can take your stone, super glue it to the middle. And then also for our earrings, you don't have to trace it. You just need to super glue your medallions. I had already did my one set here, so just glue them both onto your interfacing. And then it's okay to, you know, it's good to have this extra something to hold on to. So that's step 1. Okay, so we got our pop socket, circled. We got our gem on. I'm gonna show you how to begin your beading. So with your needle, you're gonna come up behind, and you're gonna come up through your interfacing, but you gotta get, and this takes practice, a little ways from the gem. You don't want your needle to be right up, come next to it, like that, or let me see if I show you. Anyway, we want you to come bead size or so away so your bead can sit next to it and not smashed up to it. But see about how far it is away. We want to come about that far and then come through. Okay, here's where we're gonna start. Put your beads on. So I sent you 3 colors, and you can design which row, or you know how colors you want to go in order. So mine, this is a new one. This is the order that I went in with the other one, but this one I'm just showing you how to get your beads going. So we're gonna start with the dark beads, and when you're doing your beads, you want to put at least maybe 6. With the larger beads, you can put 6 beads on there. Yes, 6 beads on there. That's a good amount of beads, and it's even. So when you put them on there, it's not too much, and it's not gonna, you know, sag or anything like that. And so after you put your beads on, you're gonna take your kind of hold it like this. It's the easiest. So you can bring your thumb and bring some pressure to your strings to hold it in place. And so after you got it down there like that, you'll taunt your string, hold it in place with your needle. You're gonna push your beads back to where it's tight with where you came up out of. And then right next to it, not too tight, but just right there, and in the middle of your beads. You don't want it like right next to your gem or way over here. You want it right in the middle of your beads, and then go down. Okay, when you go down, next thing you want to do is come up to the back. You can't look like this, and check your back too. Make sure your strings are all pulled tight. And then you can't look at it like this because you won't see. So you have to just try and try till you get it between even between your beads like that, but they got to be also, excuse me, let me grab another bead, needle here so I can point and show a little better. But you want it in between your set of 6 beads, and so you don't want it too far back on this bead or too far front. You want it to come straight up even between your beads, because if you don't, you want them to come between the beads like this. If you're back here, you know, you might grab a bead, and then when you pull it this way, it's gonna put a gap in your beads. So you want your string to come up between your beads, right in the middle. And then you wanna go through your set of 3 beads that you came back on. If I can get it in there. Just come through your beads. Yep. And just pull your string and pull it tight. And then you're ready to put on another 6 beads. And that's why I got the bigger beads, because it's a little easier to see. Okay, so we're gonna add our next set of 6. You pick up your 6 beads. 6, there's 6 on there. Pull them down, same thing. You hold your left-handed, whatever, hold it down, pull your string, and then with your thumb, you can push beads down tight, then pull it back and hold your string. Put your needle down, push your beads back, and in the middle of your bead again, go down. Pull your string. And then you're gonna come back up, 3 beads, and get it right in the middle. Takes a few tries sometimes. In the middle, come through. You're gonna go through your 3 beads, or 4, whatever, how many you wanna use on there. Because sometimes I'll use 8 and then come back 4. But whatever amount you put on there, 6, 7, or whatever, you just try to come back through half of them. And it just makes it more tight and held down to your interfacing. Because some, you can do it another way too, put your beads on, and then when you come back upside, and you just tacken it. But I like to do this is the way I just do it all the time. So you're gonna do that again, 6 more beads. I'll show you one more time here, if I can get my beads on here. And that's the main thing. I have a light, a real bright light that I have to use, because a lot of times I can't tell my colors apart. I'll be wanting blue and using black. So put your beads on there, next to your rows, other ones, next to the gem. Pull your string, use your needle, push your beads down, and then between the middle of your bead, I mean not middle of your bead, but appropriate in the middle there. Pull it through. And sometimes in the beginner beading, to use a shorter thread, it keeps you from doing this, getting tangled a little bit. But starting out, it's easier to use a shorter thread so you don't get tangled up as much. But when you get more experienced, you know how to handle it. But come up through your back side, through your through beads. And then go through your 3 and come back through. Okay, so that's the basic stitch, and you're gonna do that all the way around. And you're gonna come here. See, look, I've got my 3 colors down. Just tie it off, and need more thread. Do the same thing, come back, and it don't matter on the colored ones where you come up at, so just start another row. Okay, before I mentioned about like tying off when you come to the end of the thread, or maybe you might break a needle and have to change. Okay, so you go through the front, come to the back. All you want to do is just anywhere on the back, or you can catch one of the threads. Just pick a little bit, go through, and make a knot. Whoa. pull your thread, make a knot. You might want to do it one more time. Just catch a little bit of the interfacing, go through maybe one of the threads that's already gone through, just to catch it. And then make your knot. You can cut it off. And when you start again, just put your needle and thread and beat it, and then wherever you're at, if you like say you ended like that, just come up through maybe 2 beads if you want, 1 bead, however you want. Just come back up through, and then go through 2 or 3 beads, and then come through, and then you're ready to start again. And continue from there. Okay, so after you've beaded your medallion, after you did your first 3 steps and kept beading, you're gonna come to having a finished medallion. There's different sizes here. I had that little one just to show you the edge bead, but this is a one I need to finish edge beading also. So you get your finished medallion part there. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to start the edge beading part of it. So what you're gonna do is just come up wherever you want, just a little bit a ways from the edge here. Come up through your last row of beads there. Oh, I'm a little bit too far. Okay, come up to your last few beads there and just come through any little 2 beads and pull it taut. Okay, so now you're gonna take, and this is a little tricky because it just depends on how many, how you want your little edge to look like, more beads, less beads, or you can even just do 1 bead and it looks good just all the way around. But I usually put 3 or 4. So I'm gonna I used 4 on this. Well, actually 3. No, was it? No, 4. So when you start out, you're gonna say you want 4 to be on your edge here. No, I'm gonna say 3. 3. You want 3 little things to be on your edge. You're gonna start out with 4. So you take I'm gonna use a lighter color. 1. You're gonna start out with 4. Okay, and so when you have 4 beads on there, so however fluffy you want it to stick out, like on your edge here, you might want it to stick out more or stick out less. You go over 2 beads, or you can go over 3 beads. So I have 4 on here. I'll usually go over 3 beads. And then cut on the edge of your interfacing here, just enough to catch that first row of beads. Come up, come through, kind of keep your beads here out like that, and then come to your 1, 2, 3 beads that you went over, or 4 beads. How many did I do? 3. I went over 3 because I have 4 beads on here. So you pull it taut, come through your beads there, push this up. Okay, so you want to come through and on the back side. So you pull this down from the back side here. You want to go through and up that last bead. Pull it and keep your thread and needle all on this side of where you went down at. Okay, and this might be kind of like hanging there, but that you'll see at the end where that one little bead, extra bead there comes from, or why it had to put 4 on. And then after that, you're gonna put your 3, because you want your edge thing to be 3 bead thing. 3 bead fringe is what I call it. So you got your 3 beads. You go over your 3 beads from where you went down the last time where you pulled it through. So that was there. So you go over 1, 2, 3. And on the back side, just a little bit towards the edge, enough to come up through that first row of beads. And you have to try it a couple times. Okay, so you're gonna, your next little fringe thing, you add your 3 beads. You're gonna go over where you came down from, your 1, 2, 3 beads. Come out behind your interfacing, come up just a little bit to catch that first row of beads there. And you want to come up between where you're gonna, your 3 bead over is. So when you pull it down, you're not pulling your bead this way or that way. So you want to come up even between your beads. Pull it down through your beads like that. Keep this little fringe part out. Keep everything on this side of your string so you don't get it tangled up and messed up. Then come through your last little bead here. If I can see it, there we go. Your last little bead. Pull your string slow so you don't get it tangled. And then pull it taut and it makes your little fringe there. So you're gonna do that all the way around. Let me show you one more time. 3 beads. Whoop. Count and go over. 1, 2, 3. Come back on the back side just a little bit. Come up. Oh, too far over. Catch that first row of beads. Your 3. Pull it. Pull it down between your beads. There you go. Oh, it didn't come out either. Oh, there we go. Okay, then come back. Oh, did it wrong. Keep your string all on that side. Come underneath, like you're coming back through. And then pull it and pull it up. So you're gonna do that all the way around. Okay, so at this point, we should have our beads in a circle beaded on. We started our edge beading, and I'm gonna show you how to finish it off. Okay, we're coming to our last little section of 4 beads, and just gonna show you, put your beads on there. Your little light blue bead is right there, and it's gonna make it come over to here. So the same thing, you just come up behind there and come through close to this front bead here. The bead in front. Oh, I caught it. No, I didn't catch that first row. Oh, I went a little too far. Okay, here we go. Come up through there. Put our beads on. You're gonna come through your little one there. Your last little, keep your string on that side. Pull it. My string, there we go. Okay, pull it taut. And then you're just gonna come through your last bead there from the side. Oh, I can't get it. There we go. Oh. I can't see. Okay, here we go. Okay, come through and go towards the back. Okay, so you're gonna have it like that. You have your last little row of edge on there. Whoop. Straighten up, pull tight. Okay, there we go. Come to the back. You're just gonna go through a little bit on the edge here. Come through a couple of your beads and make a simple little knot. And come through that bead there, and then you might want to do it twice. Just catch a little of the interfacing or part of the string, and then pull it tight again. And your knot's to the back there. And you can clip it off. Clip off your string, and then voila. Your medallion is ready to be super glued onto your pop socket. Okay, so this part of the video is for the earring kits that I set out. So basically everything is the same steps. You have your interfacing, you take your gem. You have 2 gems for your earrings. So this was the other gem. I had them glued on. And after you get them glued on, you can start your beads like the same way we did it. Have your gem, come up to the side, put it on there, go through, tack it down, do all that, and then you're gonna end up, I used the red, white, and blue for this set of earrings, and so I did the same thing. Then I went to did my edge beading the same way that we did it. When I started, I have a blue, red, white, and then the blue. So you put 4 of them on, but when you go to put this, Oh no, I didn't do it. Anyway, see how it's there. So I'm coming to the edge, my ending, of the edge beading. My last little set. In the same way with the other medallion, to tie it off. Pick up your beads. I forgot what my colors were. Here we go, blue, red, white. Yeah, okay, so my blue is there. Okay, so take your beads. Don't mind that, I accidentally cut my thread there, but I'm just gonna continue just to show you the finished edge here. Okay. So come up, like I said, behind your leather. And so when you get to the edge, you want it to be where you come up right in front of the last bead that's on there. So come up, edge of your leather here, and come through your last row of beads there. Come through, pull your beads, taunt, come through that last one, and then pull it tight so they touch. And so don't mind that one little straggly string. It's just, okay, so after you get to the end there, you come through the top and you're gonna go through, catch part of your beads and interfacing there. Just have a place not too far out. You want it close to your, like right about there. So get your string to come to the back side. Just grab a little bit of the leather and maybe that string. Pull it taut or pull it sort of tight and then make your knot. Go through and make your knot. You can do it twice if you want to, or one's good because it won't show. So then you cut that off. Okay, then you have your little medallion. And then for these earrings, you'll do like this. Just come through the back. Just gonna put a little 3 or 4 rows. I usually make it my design of my edge bead. Those colors, just make a little, come up through the back, through one of the beads, put a few beads on there, go back through and then tie it down just to make your part there. So for this one, for the hook earrings, you're gonna need a little pliers thing here, or anything that you can just open your little clasp thing there, push it through. Take your pliers and just squeeze it down. And then voila, you have your earrings. You can make some decent money doing this. And so, like I said, basically all it is, interfacing, your gem, bead around, do your edge bead, your little thing for your clasp, and then send your little hook through your loop there. I have some ones here that are already done. They have a smaller gem in the middle. Like I said, you can use any kind. My beads, when you get to master, learn how to the technique, you can learn to put your designs in it and however you want to do it. So with those, I'm gonna have to finish, put my little, I don't even want to call it, just a little thing there, strand of beads, so you can send your hook through. I need to do that to these. But the other way you can do your earrings, these medallions too, is just like this. You have your medallion that you made. I have a little metal centerpiece in there. I did my rows of beads. I haven't edged bead it yet, but on this you would have to, because you have in your kits pieces of leather. So after you get your medallion done, put it on there, trace it out, cut it, you know, so it's pretty even with your thing, but not too close so you don't cut any of your threads that's behind there. So cut it out good. Then you'll take your post like this. You want to super glue it to the middle here. And then when you get your piece of leather that you've cut out from there, you'll stick it on here like this. And you can keep it a little bit bigger if you want. So after you get it on there, you can trim it down if you want. But put your post on there, super glue it, this here, and then you can put a little bit of glue way in the middle towards the post, just to keep your leather from moving around when you're edge beading, and keep it durable. So then you'll edge bead your medallion just like you did these other ones. Come up through there, put your 3 beads on, grab it like you did your edge beading. Okay, so with the post earrings, like I said, glue the center piece down, put your leather piece on the back. You're gonna edge bead it. It'll end up being like this, but you'll have the post in the middle and the back. Same thing. Sorry I didn't have a finished piece of earring, but that's what it'll look like. Like this, finished post, edge beaded. So the more practice that you do, just basic getting that techniques down, you'll eventually be able to put your designs in it, make medallions. So it's basically what it is, just a medallion, and you just want, put it on anything you want. A pop socket, earrings, post, necklace medallions. People are doing them, so you can have fun with it. It can be a business. You can make money doing this. So I encourage you to practice, and I'd love to see your finished products. So have fun.